Hello, in this quick video we are going to go over the concepts of declaration, assignment, and initialization. These are concepts that are discussed in Chapter 2, Section 12, and you will need to have read that section for this video to make sense. So, let's get started. Declaration is when we inform the program that we need it to set aside some memory for a variable, for a value. So for instance, if we create a variable called age and we define it to be an integer, we're telling the program that we're going to need 4 bytes set aside for a variable that we will call age. Now we don't actually assign it to anything, all we're doing is declaring it. When we're assigning a variable, we're actually giving it a value. So in this case, we'll say age equals 38. Just make up a random value. What we're doing here is we're telling the program that we need to assign the value of 38, put it into the 4 bytes that are set aside in memory for age. Now, because of that, the memory has to already have been set aside, which is why, as the book informs you, and you'll find out, you need to declare a variable before you can assign it. If we were to run this, it's not going to output anything, but we won't get any compile errors. If we were to switch these two statements, or let's say we got rid of the declaration, now if we run it, we'll get a compilation error because we haven't declared it. What you want to do is notice the wording of this error, because you might find yourself in the future coming across an error like this, and what you'd like to know is what exactly this means. It says not declared. So what happened is we're trying to assign a value to a space in memory that hasn't been declared yet. Likewise, you can't switch it and put the declaration afterwards. Again, because the first thing that comes to is trying to assign the value 38 to age. And age, again, has not been declared yet, even if you put the declaration after it. It's just not how the compiler works. Okay? So now, let's discuss initialization. Initialization is the idea of declaring and assigning a variable at the same time. So let's say we wanted to declare the variable age and assign it to 38 at the same time. What we can do is this syntax here. Of course, when we do that, we no longer need the separate declaration and assignments. In this case, you can run, there won't be any output, but you'll see that there are no errors.